Life as we move along, open doors one by one. So we face adversity after opening. Don't be afraid. Just walk through it. And you never know what's on the other side. Maybe a beautiful dawning sky. This is one of my ceramic works. I created a geometric form adopted from Chinese women's traditional everyday wear to make a range of artworks. I wanted to express my empathy for women who were treated unequally in Chinese society, no matter which social classes they belong to. The poor, the middle class, the rich, and the royalty. This piece represents me. I was born in Hong Kong to a middle-class family. This style and pattern have a significant meaning for me. It denotes the era of May 4th movement, the movements advocating women's education. This is when ordinary women start to gain opportunities for education. These kinds of dresses were very popular for ordinary young women during that time. Some girls' schools still use this style as their uniform today. However, a half a century after May 4th movement, women's education was still unpopular. Chinese women activists encourage women to support each other to strive for their own opportunities. By using the same form, I made this artwork with real egg shells. I dyed them in red color. Red eggs signify celebration of a newborn baby. I arranged the eggs in an order to represent obedience, the obedience of children to their parents. I specially made a bouquet and placed it among the others. It represents my betrayal of my mother's expectation. It also symbolizes that in cracking the shell, I wanted to see the world. I was the rebellious one in the family, a bad example to my brothers and sisters. I grew up in a traditional Chinese family where a son was more valued. This was unfortunate for a daughter. My desire to receive an education really irritated my mother. She labeled me as hopeless, greedy, and over-ambitious. My mother was always proud of being a housewife, didn't need to go to work. She believes that I should live my life like her. I didn't need any education at all, because she herself never went to school. At my age of 11, I found a school myself, and my mother said, okay, you can study up to your age of 13 and then go to work. Because of my age, my school put me into grade 4. I had 13 books. One English book was called Oliver Twist. I was shocked when I opened it, because there were only 2 words familiar to me. My work reflects my ambition to go to school. I enlarged the word I and the, which reveals the only words I recognized in the whole book of Oliver Twist. It shows the difficulties I faced being a late starter at school. I chose the chapter of Oliver as a starved child asking for more to echo my situations of asking for more from my mother and my hunger for study. It implies my constant fear of unable to meet the school standards, and my mother would stop me to school anytime. However, this work, more importantly, represents my excitement of holding my own English textbook for the first time in my life and enjoy schooling, which I wasn't entitled to. I was selected to make a speech in the primary school graduation ceremony. I had great expectation my mother would be proud of me when she sees me on the stage among a few hundred audience. That day, I watched many parents of my schoolmates arrived happily, but my mother wasn't there. None of my family members were there. To stop me going to high school, my mother held back her financial support. I started to work for my own school fees and expenses at my age of 13. My mother always did something to let me know she's not happy about my disobedience. I normally went out in the morning for work and study and got home late at night while everyone was asleep. She was always angry and shouted at me to turn off the light while I was doing my homework. I turn off the light, go to bathroom, close the door, and I breathe heavily to stop my tears falling. This work is my critique of parents' ignorance and the immovable Chinese tradition of putting women in a difficult position. I install small light bulbs all over the form. There's only one light bulb connected to power. It indicates my desire to have light to get my homework done. Viewers can turn off the light and turn the whole artwork into darkness to share my feelings. My mixed feelings of doubting my mother's love for me is reflected in this work. It combines rough and smooth arrangements of materials. I make boulders as if they are volcanoes ready to explode to express my restraint. I created shutter pieces on top of the smashed clay to signify my heart was broken, and my heart was bleeding, represented by the red strands. Even though I only had 5 years formal education from year 4 to year 8, my desire for education never died. I stayed working and studying until I found myself a proper job at my age of 21. I keep studying not to show my mother I'm able, but to follow my heart. I studied commerce, secretarial, advertising, and personnel management when I was in Hong Kong. I had graduate diploma in design at University of Technology, 2 masters, and a PhD degrees from University of Sydney. I've received numerous awards for my study, work, as well as community services as I move along my life. I have opened countless doors in my past. Many of them were very difficult to pass through. I could have chosen not to open them, but I would have never reached my goal. I wouldn't be able to have a dream because it would never come true. I am 70 now. I once again open another door, enter into a brand new world of moving image production. I'm 70 now. I once again opened another door. I'm 70, brand new world. I once again opened another door. Enter into the brand new world of moving image production.